micro C-hips for prisoner tracking with Usher in. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahawah and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus. Double honors to my elders at Great MILESTONE, taught me this truth through the Spirit. Single honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3. And to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom. This is just a quick hit. I'm going to continue to do updates on the MOTB every time I see an article or I might receive some information. Because remember, the key thing of the Bible, the main emphasis on the Bible is prophecy. All right? No matter what's going on in the world, no matter how many distractions are created, we are always dealing with prophecy. And this is going to be one of the major prophecies right here, okay? It says how transdermal micro C-hips could revolutionize prison security. This is from corrections1.com. The left side of the screen is actually a still I took from the article that I'm reading on the right hand side, which keeps popping up these ads. But anyhow, it says invisible tracking and real-time alerts could prevent escapes and save lives inside correctional facilities. Remember, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, we're not ignorant of his devices. And I want to thank YAHAWASHI for the Spirit. And then double honor to the elders of Great MILESTONE, sing honor to the elect, peace and blessings to the 1/3. But the YAHAWASHI for the Spirit, for us to discern these things. We live in a society where there are a lot of subliminal messages and a lot of people can't discern from what's real and what's fake. That's why having a spirit of discernment and able to determine what's good and evil is actually a blessing. It's a power. Because a lot of people can't discern what is good and evil. I mean, let's be honest. Modern day Christians who say God loves everybody, they can't discern from good and evil because they're not willing to look at what is evil. That's a dangerous individual. Even if they're not evil towards you, their intentions cannot be good. But the fact of the matter is, this is another formality of gradualism. Gradualism, where you slowly but surely present something to the masses, and as time goes on, overly, everyone's going to pretty much just be compelled to adapt to the situation. Like going from the bartering system. Give me 12 dozen eggs and I give you give me a dozen and a half of eggs and I give you like some milk. Right, and milk or some veggies or whatever. We went from that to, now if you want this dozen and a half of eggs, you need a coin or a fiat currency with my face on it. And then now we've gone from that to, okay, now everything is going to be digital. Right, now you must have a card, now you must have a bank account. You know what I'm saying? We've even gone from filling out job applications in person on paper to now you can fill out a job application at home or your phone. These are the times that we're living in. You know, it's called gradualism, but nonetheless, though, they're going to use prison as a base, in a sense, as to why it's a good idea to have these tracking devices. People will be like, oh yes, this would be a great idea. Remember what happened in, was it Louisiana, y'all? Forgive me, Louisiana, Mississippi, where those 10 Jakes, if I'm not mistaken, those 10 or 12 Jakes had escaped. Remember, you had the slave plantation that burned down, then you had the Jakes that escaped, then you had another plantation that burned down. Remember, they moved the Annabelle doll, and people wound up missing. All kind of crazy stuff been happening lately. You know, the spiritual ancestral energy is taking over. Pardon that noise in the back. That's the ice machine. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back to it. So this is going to be another formality that they're going to try to use to try to convince people to take this, when really this is biblical prophecy and you should not. All right. It says transdermal micro C-hips can prevent prison escapes in real time. Going back, it says biometric monitoring improves inmate medical response, which that also goes back to the HR 3200 bill in Obamacare. I think page 1004. I can remember it off the top of my head, which talks about putting a class 2 device in the patient. Anyhow, automated inmate tracking reduces human error and corrections. So not only going back to Revelation 13 where it said you can't buy or sell unless you have the mark in their right hand or in their forehead, but if you look at this picture, it resembles someone getting it in their left hand. Now people, I'm not some whiz kid, but I'm pretty sure majority of people on the earth use their right hand, but they're always trying to depict someone getting an implant in their left hand as if they kind of know and hint that it's biblical. It's just so ironic. Out of like any arm and hand, they always show the picture. It always has to go to the left hand or something like that. Like, come on, the vast majority of people on earth use their right hand. So why are you trying to do that? Anyway, doesn't matter. You took it. Anyways, so I'm going to close out with this precept. Like I said, I don't want to make this long, but we're going to stay strong on prophecy. This is Job chapter 13, verse 27. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet. I'm going to read it one more time. I'm going to break it down for you. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks. In the stocks meaning that you're binding me. You're putting shackles on me. You're keeping me. Like livestock, you would keep them in what? A stable, in the barn. That's like keeping prisoners in a cage, in a prison. You keep me in the stock. You label me. Remember, stock, they will always brand their stock, right? With a number or with a branding. You become state property once you become a inmate, and you're branded with a docket number. Is it docket number if I'm not mistaken? I don't know. I'm not too savvy of that, society. I know Jakes that know the prison system, man. Like, they are paralegal. Like, they can represent themselves. That's how much they've been in there. That's what you call being institutionalized. But let's get back to it. Job 13:27. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths. That's big brother. How are they looking narrowly into all your paths? With satellite imagery. By tracking you on your phone, your IPS address, GPS, all of those CCT cameras, even closed circuit cameras. You go inside a convenience store, you're being recorded. You walk outside, there's traffic lights that have cameras on them that can take pictures of your tag if you run a red light. You're constantly being monitored in everything you do in your life, to the point that you can look up a product on Monday, and Wednesday and Thursday you can use a completely different app from whatever app you was using looking up that product, and that product will show up in the advertisements. Yes, they're tracking your every move. Anyhow, every move and every mood. I'm going to read all the way through again. I'm going to close out. Job 13:27. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly into all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet. A print on the heel of your feet. Man, the Bible is beautiful. Think about a stamp. Put the stamp in the ink, and then you stamp it on paper. That's a print. So in other words, you're putting a print on my feet, meaning no matter where I go, it's like me. It's like a traveler going into an uncharted area, and you're walking in the snow. You're going to see footprints eventually. You're tracking all my footsteps. You're tracking everything I do. So this is also written in the scriptures, But like I said, I ain't want to make this long. I just want to keep spirit and the prophecy strong. So with that being said, truly pray you was edifying, fed, stay in the spirit. Don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness. Pray without ceasing. Stay humble. Remain diligent. Kwama sha'Allah. Mafla babal. Shalom.